So in this video, I will explain to you about the science behind the aerobic and the anaerobic exercises. Aerobic exercises, that means with oxygen exercise. So here your muscles, they have enough amount of oxygen to produce the energy which is required for those aerobic activities. Whereas anaerobic means it is without oxygen exercise, where the oxygen demand is higher than the oxygen supply. So that is why you have a lot of exhaustion in the anaerobic activities or the anaerobic exercises. So that's why you can't keep up with the energy your body is demanding, and this leads to the lactate formation, and finally you'll find there is the cessation of exercise because of the exhaustion. Unless you have a great practice, you can't sustain the activity for longer amounts of periods in especially the anaerobic exercises. So why this anaerobic exercise is better for fat loss? Because many times we suggest the anaerobic exercise for faster loss of fat, so where the people can lose the weight very faster. Now anaerobic exercises, these are performed in the form of high intensity interval trainings, that is called as HIIT, and this is usually done in the gyms, and this exhausts the muscles and it burns out more calories in less time. Now the same thing can also be carried out in the aerobic form of exercises, but here it is at a slower pace and a steady pace. So the main intention behind the aerobic as well as the anaerobic exercise is to burn the calories and to increase the metabolism. But what happens here in the aerobic exercises, it is at a slower and steady pace, whereas in the anaerobic exercise it is faster. That's the main difference, and that is how we pattern the type of exercises according to the individual and their requirement. Now after the anaerobic exercises, there is a kind of afterburn effect. So what is this afterburn effect? You'll experience this kind of afterburn effect, and it's also called as excess post-exercise oxygen consumption. So this happens after the high intensity interval trainings or the sessions. So here you continue burning the calories even after your session is over. That is why there is a lot of thirst and hunger immediately after the exercise. So what is the biggest disadvantage of the high intensity interval trainings? So it is not for everyone. That one has to keep in mind. So we need a basic level of fitness for safety purposes of the health conditions of the individual. So also, if you are new to the exercises, don't directly go for the high intensity interval training or the sessions. I'm not frightening you, but it is always better to start with the aerobic kinds of exercises and then go for the high intensity interval trainings. So it can be too intense for your body, specifically the heart, and there is increased chances of the injury to the joints, the muscles, tendons, or due to severe exhaustion or perspiration. There can be electrolyte imbalance as well, and it can lead to fatigue, it can lead to muscle soreness, it can lead to dropout from the exercise schedule. So you need to understand all these things before going for the HIIT sessions. There are certain cheats and hacks so that you can increase your burning of calories and increasing the metabolism also. So how to do that? You need to check yourself whether you are really fit enough to do that kind of exercise, and then what you have to do in the early phase is sprint for around 30 seconds and then recover for 1 minute. So you give a resting phase for the muscles and your tendons and your body especially, and then repeat that sprinting for 20 to 30 minutes. and then gradually, slowly increase that duration. And after increasing the duration, you can gradually pick up the pace and go for the HIIT sessions. Second point is wear a sweatshirt. Wearing a sweatshirt will help you perspire a lot. So perspiring is a form of burning of the calories. So here you give a chance for the body to burn the calories without increasing the effort. So wear a sweatshirt. That's an excellent cheat which I have also followed in during my exercise schedules. So wear a sweatshirt. So it decreases the efforts and increases the metabolism. Also burns the calories. Third point is have a glass of water or a fruit before the exercise, before at least 10 minutes before the exercise. And you can also have breakfast before 2 hours before any exercises, and you can have energy drinks before 2 hours. Also be well hydrated. That is one of the very important point, to be well hydrated. So even the American Sports Association that also recommends around 220 ml to 350 ml of water after the exercises, and also it recommends around 600 ml of water after the exercises. So that is one of the important thing, to be well hydrated. Then you have the various supplements which are also available in the market, also advised by the gym trainers, so that the supplements are taken for the increased performance. So creatinine, caffeine, then BCAAs, all these are some of the supplements which are given. There are also multi ingredient supplements which are also available in the market, but I don't recommend all these kinds of supplements. Then there is the carbohydrates, proteins, which are really very important, which has to be taken. So it doesn't mean that taking carbohydrates will again make you gain the weight, but that is an important component of your diet, and you need to have the carbohydrates and proteins, which are very important too. So these increase the muscle protein synthesis. So that's why it's important. It also restores the glycogen stores of the body. So you need to include the carbohydrates as well as proteins in your diet. So this is for today regarding the aerobic and the anaerobic exercises. So next video we will discuss about the homeopathic medicines for the fatigue and also the muscle soreness, and how to overcome this through homeopathic medicines, and if suppose any injury happens, how to deal with that with homeopathic medicines. So this is Dr. Rajeshwari Rapata signing off until we meet again in the next video for discussing the homeopathic medicines.